Oh, okay. Hello! Well, I saw a lot of same faces like today, like just now morning. Is it Chinese don't understand? You need to understand in English, is it? Okay, so in terms of content, we slashed down by 60% because now I only have 40 minutes. Okay, but there are a few things to add on. Let me play the tools. You see, this is a rechargeable bulb. When you look at me, you look at the physical self, right? I look at my nose, my face very big, my eye very small. Yeah, I admit this is the physical feature. But can you look at my energetical level? You can feel, but you can't see, right? Can you see my chakra alignment? You can't see, right? So there are a lot of things that in health, it doesn't determine only by the physical. It is a lot about energetical. And if you're talking about supplementation, it does help to change some of the base ingredients or chemical reaction in the body because of the ingredients, but it doesn't change at the energetical level. But do you think that with someone the energy very low, whatever medication, whatever supplement that you try to feed them, do you think they are going to get benefited? Or do you think that it's more important that we can have a solution to improve them energetically also? So this patch is going to help you in 2 dimensions. We are going to elevate GHK copper to activate your stem cell. This is what you can check with a blood test. But what is most important is this patch is able to energize the life force in you. Now let us begin my presentation. Thank you. This is the first one? Okay. Let's start the story. Do you know 40 years ago, most of us, our ancestors or our grandparents, maybe they're coming from China, and most of them, they are working as a hard labor. Am I right? They are carrying cement, they are carrying rice, goodie sack. It's very, very heavy. So 40 years ago, most of the health issue that they are facing is not cancer. Have you heard about 40 years ago? You heard about Parkinson yet? No, right? Alzheimer's, dementia, multiple sclerosis. You don't hear about this, right? But 40 years ago, it's all about the pain. That is the muscular damage area. Because during that time, we have a lot of laborious work that we need to carry a very heavy things that damage our ligament, damage our tendon. This was the era. But 20 years ago, things have changed. It's no longer so much about the muscular damage. It's a lot more about the nervous damage. Since 20 years ago, do you start to hear about people who have sciatica nerve pain? Have? You heard about people who have trigeminal pain? You heard about facial paralysis? So all these things have something to do with the nervous system. And why is it that we are migrating from muscular damage to the nerve damage? Because of the introduction of chemicals to our food system. Nowadays, you go out, you go to 7-Eleven, you open the fridge, you take out one natural fruit juice. Do you think it's really natural? You look at the color, you look at the ingredients, how many chemicals, how many chemical formulas or name behind that you don't really understand. And all those chemicals is something that our body do not comprehend. All these chemicals damages our nervous systems. So this was 40 years ago. That was 20 years ago. How about now? What is the problem for today? We are migrating from muscular damage to nerve damage. How about now? What kind of damage you have? Brain damage. Are you trying to scold someone? What kind of damage? Some people say brain damage. Some people say psychological damage. Some people say spiritual damage. So what kind of damage? Cellular damage? All kind of organ damage, all kind of cellular damage is all originated from a DNA damage. And DNA damage is going to be a big topic of today and tomorrow and the years to come. Every 20 years, there will be a small changes, and every 60 years, there are going to be a big changes. And I believe in the next 20 to 60 years, the most important thing that we have to start to learn about is how to protect our DNA. Let me give you a few examples. 40 years ago, anyone have mobile phone 40 years ago? Don't have? Don't have? 20 years ago, anyone have mobile phone? Anyone? Wow, this one all rich family one. 4. Today, anyone have more than 2 mobile phones? Raise out your hands. See? From someone don't even have 1 mobile phone, now most people have 2 mobile phones. Do you think that the mobile phone has some EMF? Some radiation? Yes, you still want to buy so many phones? So all this kind of EMF, the radiation, is something that you don't see. But does it mean that it is not damaging your health? Now you open your phone. Okay? You turn on your phone. Not open your phone, sorry. You turn on your phone. You turn on the Wi-Fi. You look for the Wi-Fi hotspot. Can you find a lot of Wi-Fi? So there are a lot of signaling tower, a lot of modem, a lot of radiation is circulating around us and is what we can't see visually. But those are the hidden danger that is hurting our DNA without you knowing. Just now we finished the Chinese session, so a lot of people ask me, my daughter, this one 15 years also okay or not? I got son, 16 years old now, got the asthma, I got the sinus, can you also not? Oh, I got a daughter now 13 years old, every time the menstruation come very painful, can you or not? Then I tell them, guys, ladies and gentlemen, do you see? Culture is shifting. Last time, when they talk about health, everyone is come here. My mother, 60, 70, got pain, okay or not? My grandmom now, 95 years old, how to help her? Nowadays, the age group about 40, 50 never talk about their parents so much already. They are talking about their children. So do you think that the children health is getting more and more worrying? Last time, when I was in healthcare, I used to be a volunteer in Nanyang Technological University Community Herb Garden. Maybe about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you only see the children bring their parents, come to the herb garden, what herbs can help my mother. Nowadays, time changed already. Now it's the parents, bring the children, how can I help my children? Don't you think it's very strange? For someone who's supposed to be youthful, energetic, now become most of them are very sick. And what is the reason? It's because no one can shy away from DNA damage. Can you shy away from EMF? You can't. Even before my baby was born, my wife is playing a computer, playing a handphone here, already radiation already. Even before they are born. So how do we solve this problem? If DNA damage is going to be a biggest problem in right now and the future, how can we solve it? We talk about the EMF. We talk about all the signal tower. How about the wireless charging? Anyone using wireless charging? Congratulations. Do you think wireless charging has EMF or not? You know, we talk about EV, electrical vehicles. One day you decided, I want to go JB. I want to makan. Jam in the custom for 8 hours. You got one big battery right in front of your brain for 8 hours. Get cooked or not? So think about this. Even a phone with such a small battery, you worry about the radiation. How about when the EV vehicles become so popular and there are so many radiation around us? I believe in Singapore also, in Malaysia, whenever we go to Coffee Bean, we go to Starbucks, right? We can order spaghetti. We order a fried rice. We can order pizza. And you don't see any stove, you know. You don't see any fire. You don't even see those, you know, to suck away all the what do you call? What do you call? Fume. This all to suck away all the fume. You don't see, you know. How do they cook the food without any stove? Microwave. Microwave got EMF or not? Have. Imagine that now, whatever food that we are taking in a shopping mall and even in Grab food, they are using microwavable food. Do you ever order from Grab and the food when it comes along is completely sealed? When you open it, how come the color looks so different? Maybe pre-cooked 6 months ago already. And then you eat it now only. Hey, I'm not kidding, you know. Don't you think we are getting disconnected to our health already? Food supposed to be the most energetic ingredient that we have to sustain the life force, but we now turn the food become a commodity already. We no longer understand about our health already. Examples, 40 years ago, if you go to school, you kena people, you're beaten by someone, by your friends, oh, you got omaka. Mama. And what your mom do? Huh? What do you do? Hard-boiled egg, right? Wow, do this, bruises, right? Am I right? When you got sore throat, they go to the garden and take from something called bitter grass. Oh, eat ginger one, sore throat. The bitter grass, right? Wow, very bitter. Eat a pinch with some salt, swallow it. Am I right? So all these kind of herbs, all these kind of telur, all the eggs, is all wisdom. But today context, if your children got fever, where you go? Doctor. When you got beaten, maybe fall down, where you go? Doctor. When you got sore throat, where you go? Doctor. Don't you think we are shying away from the ownership of our health already? We pass everything to doctor. We only focus on making money. We focus on property investment. We never focus about understanding of our health. And this is why we are focusing about investing all the technical advances without taking care of how our health is supposed to turn out. And this company is going to change the narrative. Anyone say this phone before? Not? You know, 3310, okay? Wow, so old, not so young also. Okay, imagine in today's context, you need to use Zoom, right? You need to take video, you have social media. Can you still use this phone to run your business? Cannot, right? So for the past 20 years, from using 3310 from the Nokia to Sony Ericsson, and then later on you to an iPhone, right? You are upgrading the technological facility to help you to survive in your business. Am I right? So I want to ask you, you have upgraded your car, you upgrade your phone. Have you upgraded how you improve your health? Or you still the same? For the past 40 years, I do the same thing. Every morning, I just take some water, warm water, eat some sea salt, healthy already. Every week, I make sure I go to under the sunlight for 20 minutes. Enough already? No, these are not enough already. It's time for you to upgrade. 40 years ago, if you got muscular damage, you know Koyo? You know about tiger balm? Wow, very familiar. Wow, you all, I think, really not young. 20 years ago, right? When we start to have nervous damage, what do? You start to hear a lot of supplements, a lot of exercise regime, right? You heard about antioxidants, right? The omega-3. You heard about fatty acid. You talk about vitamin E, vitamin A, EPA, DHA, ALA. So vitamin, all these things are the antioxidants to protect your cellular from damage, from the radical damage. Can you use tiger balm to repair nerve damage? Cannot. So the solution in the past, it won't work for the problem of today. Same thing like DNA damage. It's time for us to upgrade. It's time for us to reframe, to reconceptualize the understanding, the perception we have about our body. Now we know everything about credit card. We know everything about property. We know everything about the gold investment, but we know nothing about our health. And this is the time for us to make the changes. This is 6 years old. We received a message posted on Facebook and asked for our help. 6 years old would like to know more about life-based stem cell patch, how it can help her son. 6 years old brain cancer, no? Crazy? Not the most crazy one. 3 years old eczema. Have seen this now? A lot of her friends have all these problems. Sorry, a lot of our friends' son have a lot of these problems. 4 years old blood cancer. 5 cycles of chemo, gastrointestinal infection, diarrhea, vertigo, high fever, eczema, kidney problem, liver problem at the age of 4 years old. Imagine when you were 4 years old. What we were doing? We are playing the soil, we are going to the playground, but people is in the hospital. And why is that so? Why is getting so young? Even a 2 years old is having all the problems. 2 years old. There is a 2-year-old child with a blood thinning rare disease. I believe is hemophilia. Can start X30 and Eon or not? You think? Even in our Zoom sessions, right, we are seeing the question is about can the 7 years old, can the 5 years old, can the 3 years old? This is the testament to prove to you DNA damage is real and no one can escape. And do you want your children to grow up happily, healthily? So who has the responsibility to make it happen? It's our responsibility. It's this generation responsibility to make sure that the younger generation has a better tool to survive. Am I right? Now, let's see what we can do. I believe in the soon future, there will be a new strategy for health. It's no longer about drugs. It's no longer about the side effect intrusion. It's all about light. And it's just as simple as using a patch at the back of the neck. Heard about this story or not? The Japanese supplements? Heard about this, right? So I think this is, now it's getting even more serious. Over 100 hospitalized from the Japanese health supplements. Now most of you have this understanding. Okay, life is good, but I've been taking supplements, you know. What are the differences between the patches and the supplements? It is completely different level. Let us talk about supplements. Have you come across any doctors ask you this question first? What are the supplements you are taking before I prescribe you the medication? Do you ever hear this statement? No. When you try to buy a supplement from a seller, did the seller ask you what are the medications that you are taking right now? No. But do you think the chemicals from the supplements and the chemicals from the medication, they will have some effect when they consume together? There is. But no one tell you about this. In USA, for the adult age more than 60 years old, 85% of them are taking prescription drugs. So do you think that all of us, are we going to take more and more medication? More and more people are going to take at least one prescription drugs? If the answer is yes, that means supplements is not the direction that we should go. Because we are going to face all this kind of drug and supplement interaction side effect. So are we still safe with the existing healthcare regime? Our organ degenerate at their time. However, in this generation, our organ is degenerating much faster than in the past already. Last time, if you someone have heart problem, it's at least 65 years old because that is the time where our heart to give way. But now, have you heard about people 30 plus years old collapse? 30 over years old, heart attack, thrombosis. 20 plus years old, kidney dialysis. So the organs are degenerating so fast is because the environment has a lot of effect that we don't see, which is what I call the DNA damage. We talk about degenerations. We talk about osteoarthritis, liver failure, kidney damage, heart attack, muscle degeneration, diabetes. All these problems are organ degeneration. Am I right? It's no longer about the coughing, fever, infection. It's all the organs start degenerating right now. So what is the solution? So just now, the doctor talked about stem cell. So stem cell is an undifferentiated cell, or we call undeveloped. It can differentiate into 200 plus adult cell, and it is self-replicating. So what do I mean by stem cell? Anyone play mahjong here? Only one? Sure or not? Wow, they mean Singapore government policy quite good. Wow, only invite Malaysian go casino. Singapore never play. When we talk about mahjong, right? Okay, I just realized the Singaporean play mahjong never have fei one, is it? Don't have fei. Wow, then you play very long. Don't have fei. But when you play poker cards, right? What is the card is your favorite to pick? Joker, because your joker can turn to any kind of cards, right? So in our body, there is a joker also. This joker is our stem cell. The more joker, the more fei that you have, the easier you can to win the game. Same thing like our health. The more stem cell you have, the more regeneration that it can take place, the younger you get. So how can we have more joker? How can we have more stem cell? The stem cell can differentiate to different kind of adult cell depending on what is the weakest organ in your body. It can go to kidney, go to sperm, go to muscle, go to heart, go to blood. It depends on what your body needs. Okay, this one I talk about the fei, joker, and how important it is. Just now, the doctor talked about 25,000 to 50,000 in Thailand. Singapore still not approved. It's very strange. I heard about, I read about the news a few weeks ago. Do you know in the world, Singapore is one of the countries that has the most number of billionaires? You know, the Singapore rank number what? They're ranked number 4, you know. Number 4 in the world has so many billionaires in Singapore. Those billionaires, they also want to live long, right? But what is the reason that Singapore government still don't approve stem cell therapy? If there are so many high net worth individuals. Very contradicting, right? It's because it might carry risk. This is the issue. So let's talk about the entire stages of the stem cell therapy, right? There's harvesting of the blood for the stem cell, the storage of the stem cell, the in vitro expansion. So let's say you extract one stem cell, I need to continue to duplicate. It's called in vitro expansion. You have a body conditioning. That means just to make sure that when I inject this stem cell back to your body, there is no rejection. So you need a body reconditioning and you need to differentiate. That means when you take out my stem cell, when you put it back, how do you ensure this stem cell is the same stem cell? And how do you ensure the instruction given to the stem cell is the correct one? I'm going to give you an example. Our founder, David Smith, once said this. In USA, FDA also doesn't approve stem cell therapy. They did a research on a monkey. The monkey has Parkinson. Okay? They plan to inject stem cell into the brain, thinking that it can help to repair the brain to cure the Parkinson. 4 days later, the monkey passed away. They were very surprised. They open up their skull and look at the brain. Alamak. They see their muscle. They see the kidney. They see even hair in the brain. Why? Because when the stem cell getting extracted and put it back again, the stem cell already lost about the signals already. They can capture the signal around at the surrounding and thinking that maybe you don't need the brain. Maybe you need more hair. This is the issue. This is why until now, it is carry a risk. You talk about harvesting. Who are the ones that you want to harvest? From the sheep? In Malaysia right now, I think because LifeWay do so well, everyone do stem cell. I heard about salmon stem cell supplements right now. Salmon, amazing, right? Stable temperature, we talk about the storage. Is the storage room able to consistently maintain that temperature for 20 over years? Second question. Third, when you do the in vitro expansion, is there any possible human error? Number 4, we talk about the body conditioning. You need to do chemo or radiotherapy to condition the body, especially for those blood cancer transplant. And differentiations. How do you know that the stem cell you differentiate in your way? Now, let's talk about the stem cell. I taken this from Singapore website. Okay, so that you guys can relate more. Singapore General Hospital, stem cell therapy not yet approved for arthritis. Not even arthritis, you know. In Malaysia, everywhere you want to inject also can. But Singapore, even arthritis is not allowed. Why? Cord Life Group found to have damaged cord blood unit of at least 2150 customers. That means you're thinking about storing this cord blood for stem cell purpose for the 20 years. Looks good, sounds good. But how do you make sure the temperature is always the right temperature? For these 20 over years, you need to make sure not even 1 minute can have a negligence on the temperature. Is it very high risk? And that was for Singapore also. Okay. And think about Singapore also like this already, you know. You come Malaysia. We don't talk about the hospitals. Even my house every month don't have electricity one time. Questionable. So you see, among these safety concerns, the differentiation efficiency and overcoming immune injection, this is the issue. How do you know that the efficiency is good? For example, in my body, 100 stem cell can become 100 adult cell. But when this stem cell being extracted out, when you re-inject back, that 100 stem cell, how much do you think they are still functional stem cell? You don't know. This is why. This is the reason. So when you talk about the transplant problem, the conditioning treatment might suppress the immune system overall because you want to receive more stem cell, but you need to suppress your immunity system first. And there are side effects about this. And then we talk about, however, when stem cells are placed into a matured patient, the correct cue, for their differentiation and integration may not be present. Thus, stem cell differentiation may not occur, leading to a formation of incorrect cell types or tumors. This is what I say. When the stem cell is in your body, they receive the signals from our cell immune system. The body will say, okay, now this stem cell, I want you to go to the brain to develop the brain cell. There is a cue. But when you extract out from the body, they lost the signals. They will go differentiate in an unwanted cell. This is what the clinical studies is saying. So, the end of this session, I need you to remember these 5 words. GHKCU. This is the peptide that will solve all the problem that I have been talking about for the past 15 minutes. We talk about DNA damage, right? We talk about the youngsters, they have EMF problems, right? We talk about the stem cell, the risk of the stem cell injection, but this GHK copper can solve all these problems. So clinically proven, GHK copper is able to improve your blood, stimulate the blood vessel, the nerve outgrowth, tissue repair, skin and lung connective tissue function, multiple anti-cancer activities, and DNA repair and activation of cell cleansing. And this is what we are all for. If this era is all about DNA damage, we need a product, we need a technology that can fix from the roots first. That is the DNA repair. And it is proven that X39 can elevate GHK copper in 7 days' time by up to 35%. 35% is a lot in 7 days only. Not even, haven't reached the 30-day money back guarantee yet. And DNA repair and stem cell are both keywords that we are going to talk about a lot today. Now, the Lifeway mission is to live long, live well, and live younger. And how we are going to make this happen is to use a very science-based evidence to support our products. And it all started with our founder, David Smith, which one of the brain partners has talked about. And he's the 3-in-1. He invented the product. And before he started Lifeway, he invented the submarine for the Navy SEALs. And these are the actual photos taken when they first commissioned the submarine. And these are our factories. We have 3 factories. One is in San Diego, one is in Ireland, and all are fully automated. Now we go back to the topic. We talk about stem cell. As we age, our stem cell decline. The amount of stem cell declines. If you are 60 years old, you're less than 5% stem cell. Anyone is more than 60 years old? I'm not looking. Less 5%. So is there a way that we know the organ is degenerating because of the DNA damage? I want to repair the organ. However, I don't know what is the source of stem cell is safest for me. When I want to go for stem cell injection, it's not approved. There is a risk. Is there a way that we can recommunicate to the body and teach our body to reactivate its own stem cell productions? Don't you think it is the safest way possible already? And this is what Lifeway is doing. We want to reactivate our stem cell production. Your own stem cell, not only more stem cell is going to happen, we also want to have a higher quality of stem cell. Now, X39 is able to signal your body to elevate GHK copper using light. I'm explaining a little bit deeper later. And it resets 3,000 to 4,000 sets of genes to a younger and healthier state. What it means? It means when you are born, your DNA is very youthful. So you got a lot of hair, your brain is clear, your connective function is good. However, as you are taking a lot of chemicals into your body, you got so much of stress, you have a lot of radiation damage, the DNA starting to degenerate also. So GHK copper is able to set your DNA back to a factory reset, back to your younger days. When you have a younger genes, younger DNA, you have a younger cell. When you have a younger cell, you have a younger tissue. When you have a younger tissue, you have a younger organ. This is why we are not talking about cellular right now. We are not even talking about the organs. We are talking about how we can fix the root cause so that everything else will get better. 3. You will get younger 8.5 years in 6 months' time, indicated by the lengthening of telomeres. So how young you want to become, you count. You divide by 8.5 years times 6 months. And GHK copper can be elevated with just one mosquito patch. Just now someone mentioned mosquito patch. At the back of the neck, GV14, once a day. We cannot stop the chronological age, but we can reverse our cellular age. This is not anti-aging. This is called reverse aging. And with X39, we can turn back time. Today is the oldest day of your life. If you start patching, you will never regret. Later, I'm going to show you. Later, I'm going to show you something. And what is copper peptide? Scientist Laurent Picard discovered that GHK copper makes 80-year-old liver cell exhibit the same functionality as a younger liver cell. I help you to visualize, okay? So, assuming all these are 80 years old group. So, all these are 25 years old group. I'm taking the liver cell from an 80 years old group and I extract the blood from a 25 years old group. When I put the 80-year-old liver inside a 25-year-old blood, the 80-year-old liver start to function like a 25-year-old liver. So they're saying, hey, how is it possible from an 80-year-old to a 25-year-old liver? And the Laurent Picard start to find out about the blood composition. And then they notice, is the GHK copper, this peptide, is reversing the aging of the organs. So since then, he spent a lot of time in GHK copper. So in the blood of adult age 20 years old, you have 200 nanogram per milliliter. When you go 60 years old, it decreased by 2.5 times. 250%, you left only 80 nanogram. So if you are even older than this, I don't know how much you left. But don't worry, there are ways to increase it. So it has been proven that it can repair DNA and reactivate the body's own stem cell productions, with only GHK copper. So then the question is, why Lifeway decide not to use supplements, not to use injection, but to use light, like a sticker, to improve our health? Is Lifeway the first company that you heard about is using light to activate stem cell? Is it the first one? It's the first one. Why is that so? And David said this, his mission is to mimic the nature and decode the secret of longevity. What do I mean by mimic the nature? David said, every solution is already available in the nature. And when it is available in the nature, it definitely has no harm to human beings. We just need to harness the secret. Give you an example. When you have the submarine, when you talk about their radar systems, they learn it from who? For the submarine. They learn it from dolphin. We talk about ultrasound. Who we learn from? We learn from the... Oh, you don't know? Learn from the bat. The ultrasound. So we are always learning from the nature to see what we can do to enhance human capabilities. Am I right? So same thing like Lifeway. We are learning from the nature, see what we can do to improve the human potential. Now, the first organism that we try to research on is called planaria. When you chop the planaria into two, in 17 days time, it can become 2 planaria already. You chop it into 2, one putting Singapore, the other one fly back KL. 2 weeks later, 2 people already. It's quite good, 17 days. Imagine just now the Janet talk about the binary systems, right? Well, if I can cut 1 Jinglong, 2 Jinglong, 4 Jinglong, wow, I never think about this. We talk about hydroticnia. Okay? Hydroticnia, they have the fingers. When you chop off all the fingers, in 4 days' time, the finger can grow back on the hermit crab. Crazy, If you chop off my fingers, only 4 days, 40 years also never grow back. But they grow back in 4 days, you know. Amazing. We talk about Mexican oxalotl. Wow, even more amazing. If you chop off the limbs, you remove the jaw, you remove the heart, remove the brain, like nothing left already. If for humans, I don't know what you left. But for him, in less than 2 months' time, everything can grow back, Grow back the brain, grow back the heart. Amazing. So why in the nature, they can recover so fast, but why human cannot? This is what David want to find out. And David even say, you all eat lobsters or not? Lobsters. So David said, lobsters, the older the lobster get even stronger, They make you ask to fight the 70 years old lobster and the 20 years old, the 70 years old will win, Strange, Then you will say, if the younger it gets, the stronger it gets, then why lobster will die? Lobster, the oldest lobster that is found is 150 years old. Well, then why stop at 150 years old? In your stomach already lah. This is the only reason. And then they try to find out what is the reason can make the lobster can live so long. It's because of these two clams. When these two clams, they put it this way, it produces a certain energy field to protect the DNA from aging. Amazing. So today after we talk so long, right? If you still decide life is not for me, don't worry. You buy 2 pillows, sure cheaper. You sleep like this. See got result or not lah? Hopefully you have lah. But the thing is, remember they don't have money back guarantee. Okay, so and then because my wife is doing yoga, I say, oh Jinglong, I heard about this story, My yoga have a lot of pose like this also. Is it? And then when I look at my young son, she always sleep like this also, I say, yeah. That means no matter what are the living things, we are all connected, right? We are all energy being. We are all light being. So we are learning from each other. And this is what David insists. A lot of medication, they are being launched. They are research based on dead person. Right? I invent a drug using a dead body. Dissection, dead body. David said, no, we have to focus on what is already working on the living things and we apply to humans. This is his vision. So the first prototype that he invented is called double helix coil. It able to reset gene expression and activate stem cell. When you put any organism under the DHC coil, it will get younger. So nice to have this at home. So what are the differences? So we have classified the rabbits into 3 categories. The first category is called a control group. We are not doing anything. The second group is called a MSC stem cell. The third group is a double helix coil. So we put the rabbits inside a double helix coil. And all these rabbits, we inject a medication inside them to force them to get diabetes. And at the start of the research, we introduce a wound on their ear to see that 7 days later, how fast can the wound be recovered. And this is the result. After 7 days, the rabbit that placed under the DHC coil can recover 25% faster. No drugs, no injection, nothing, but only light energy is able to speed up by 25%. So this is the first proof of concept for David to know this way work. We can actually using light energy to reactivate the innate healing system to get younger by itself. How about compared to the stem cell injection? Both also 25% for the first 7 days because the research only lasts for 7 days. So which one would you choose? The injection one or putting a mosquito patch? Putting a mosquito patch is easier, right? Now, we continue to experiment on the planaria. So our first prototype of using this DHC coil machine is able to reduce the self-healing time down to 8 days. Now 1 week I become 2% already. We are not happy about this. Life will continue to improve, reduce to 6 days. Not enough. We want to improve, modify it again. 4 days, not enough. 2 days, make it better. 1 day, make it even better. 16.5 hours. So by using the DHC coil, instead of waiting for 2 weeks time, now less than 1 day time, the planaria become 2 planaria already. Strange, huh? It can work this way. But this David Smith doesn't stop there. We think that there will be a way we can have an even further breakthrough. So after 39 times of trial, we are trying to modify the light energy frequency. The final outcome that we have, we are able to cut down the recovery time from 17 days to 15 minutes. You chop me into half, you go toilet only, you come back. Maybe it's too fast. You bangsai first, you come back, become 2% already. This is how fast. And because of this, we got the patents. 15 minutes. And this is why this product called X39. Because after 39 round of improve and modification, we come up with these products. So what would you choose? The light base or the stem cell injection? Again, up to you. Stem cell is the way to go. Like just now the doctor say, stem cell is a self-proving industry. Stem cell is the way to go. But how are you going to get your stem cell increase? It's up to you. So which one would you choose? So now the next question is, so what is it something to do with the DHC coil, such a big machine, compared to a patch? David said, this company, our product is for the masses. We are not just want to help the rich, we want to help the masses. Think about this. If you are wearing this DHC coil, even the MRT, you cannot go in, The easing thing there, you are stuck there already. So we are simplifying this machine because we know what are the combination of the light frequency is able to elevate GHK copper and activate the stem cell. So we simplify into the patch. When you put the patch at the back of the neck, the patch will reflect the similar frequency like what is being emitted from the DHC coil. Can you understand? Okay, only one person. So for the past almost 20 years, we received no medical complaints. And X39 not only can elevate the quantity of stem cell, we are also talking about the quality of stem cell. If today you extract your own stem cell, you do an in vitro expansion, you put it back, it is still your aging stem cell. But what if, because you are maybe 50, 60, if I'm able to elevate the GHK copper so your DNA can grow younger and younger and younger, and these are the time you started to reactivate the stem cell production, do you think your stem cell quality also better? This is what we are talking about. We are not talking about just the quantity, we are talking about the qualities. So now let's understand a little bit about the science. How many minutes we have? Huh? Okay, I tell you. So what is called phototherapy? And there was no medicine in the ancient times. They only used sunlight to cure the disease. Imagine a few million years ago. Do you know what are the acupuncture points? You know what herbs they can use? They don't know. But every day when they wake up, when they step out from the cave, there is something they can never avoid. What is it? Sunlight. So sunlight is the most fundamental form of healthcare techniques that we have. You know, for the past few years, a lot of people die of COVID-19, right? And doctor always say, you lack of certain vitamin. Called vitamin D. How do you get vitamin D? Sun. You see this? But few years back, the doctor said you don't go under the sunlight, you got skin cancer. Now I die already, then you say no enough sunlight. Let us look at the healing modalities. So how our healthcare is transforming. You talk about antibiotic, you talk about medications, right? It's all starting to happen for the past 200 years. And 3,000 years ago, it's all about TCM, it's about acupuncture point, it's about tuina, it's about gua sha. 6,000 years ago, we have Ayurveda, we talk about chakra, we talk about yoga. That means the concept of doctors only exists 6,000 years ago. 6,000 years before, who is the doctor? You are the doctor. We already have the capacity to heal ourselves. Now, 30,000 years ago, what we have? We have a sound therapy. Heard about now? They got singing bowl. Have a golden bowl, singing bowl. Actually, we all are the masters of sound therapy. I give you a quiz. Any parents? Any parents? Oh, yeah. Oh, quite a lot also. When you bring your young children, go to the toilet You take out the pants. You want to pee, you make a sound. What is the sound? You see? We got Indian here, we got Amor here, we got Chinese here, everyone also. Oh, got Muslim here, everyone she, you know. Why? How about going for poo? You also Malaysian also you know. When I go Philippines also you know. Is Indonesia also? Indonesia also. Strange, We are different nationality, different culture, different language, but we react to the same frequency the same way. It means that this as a God creation, when God created us, there is a software installed in us that you can't change. When you hear shh, you feel relaxed, everything also come out. You understand? And million years ago, it's light therapy. Sunlight is the fundamental form of human healthcare. And not only humans, even the animals, even the plants. The ancient Egypt also uses light. And these are the doctors during the ancient Egypt times. They are using different color stone, the gemstone, to get refracted under the sunlight to have the yellow, the red color, the blue color, the yellow color, the red color for flu treatment, the blue color for pain treatment, the yellow color is detox. Amazing, right? Now, so light wave phototherapy, we are using nothing special. We didn't invent this concept. This ideology, this technology is a very ancient way of how our body works. What light wave do is, we recognize this is how our body is working. And we are using a high-end technology to enhance it, so your body can heal faster and better. So how light wave patches work? Everything started from sun. You know, when I was before 5 years old, every morning 5:30, my grandma will wake me up to throw the chicken. Practice the chicken, you know, because we don't want the chicken to grow so fat. When I touch the chicken patok, very hot one, you know. But what they eat corns, they eat what do you call the worms. Oh, are very cold things. They are not drinking teh tarik, right? They are not drinking teh halia, right? Why they feel so hot? And all this energy is when they consume the corns get the energy from the sun. So it's an indirectly energy transfer to the chicken to have the heat energy. So when human beings, we consume the chicken, we consume the corn, indirectly, we get the energy from the sun. So this is why when you go under in the airport, the thermal imaging, there are different colors, right? They are blue, yellow, purple, red. Where red, blue, yellow, and green. So our light wave patches did not emit, and our patches doesn't emit any light. Our patches do not contain any stem cell. What it does is, it acts like a reflector. It will filter the light that the patch doesn't want and selectively reflect the frequency that the patch wants. And the reflected light frequency will signal your body to do what we want the body to do. Boleh faham? Boleh faham? Oh, only one Malay boleh faham. Okay. So then how color affect us? Oh, Singapore know this very well. Geylang. We call what light district? Red light, right? You go anywhere in the world, you go Philippines, you go Thailand, you go Vietnam, all red light. It doesn't mean that I go lah. I just say it's all red light district. You never hear blue light, green light, white light, never. All red light. Strange, Why? When you go to, let's say, a convention and this, what kind of carpet? What color? Red carpet. You see any blue carpet before or not? Don't. When you see a, what do you call the bull? You know the bull? What do you call? Fighter. Fighter bull. Okay, the fighter bull. What is the color of the clothes? Red. Do you see anyone put the green color one? There, don't have. All red color. Even when you're at the traffic jam, you look at the traffic light, what color you will stop? Red color. Why red? Because the red color, that frequency, elevate the adrenaline, it make you excited. This is why red light district. Now you know. So if you want your husband not to be so excited, you wear a green glasses lah. Now, have you seen any doctors wear red color one? Wow, that was very scary, you know. They will have white coat outside, inside is what color? Blue color. Because blue color make you feel calmer. When you go to the blue ocean, blue sky, you feel calmer, right? And our parents always say, if you don't want to wear spectacles, what color you should look at more often? Green. Also green, ah? You also green? You also green, Mr. Luke? Everyone also green, oh. Very strange, right? Anyone, your mother say look at pink color is good for your eye one? Anyone? Don't have. Anyone here terbalik one? When you look at red color, you feel very calm. You look at blue color, you feel excited one? Have or not? Don't have. Don't you think it's very strange? Don't you think that despite our differences, we are very much the same? But how much do you know about yourself? And this is what the message that Life we want to bring out. To enhance human potential is not difficult if you know how to make use of light. And this is what we are the pioneer in this industry. So the green color is good for eye because it regulates the organ function. Yellow color for the skin whitening. Now, oh, you want to take photo? I'm so sorry. Don't worry, you come later 3:30. So, the red color is for energy enhancer. To gain vitality and strength, right? Red color, no? Blue color, reduce inflammation, reduce the stress, reduce pain. SP6 to regulate the hormones for your eye. Yellow color, what we have to detox, skin whitening. And using the same concept, we are using X39 to elevate GHK copper to reactivate your stem cell productions. Can you understand? Okay, now. So what you need to do is very easy. Get patch, drink water. The hydration is the most important part. So yesterday there was one lady came to the office and then we put the patch. She said, I don't find anything, you know. Are you someone who don't drink water? Yeah, not a lot. And do you someone who drink a lot of coffee? Yeah, a lot. So when your body are dehydrated, because our cellular communication require the water act as a medium of conductivity of the signals. When you do not have water, it doesn't work. So if you decided to try this product, please make sure you drink water. Okay? Teh tarik, no consider. You have to drink water. And a lot of sport athletes are also using already. And all of them, they have their medical teams behind them. And they are using. Why don't we start? So, you have so many desired expectations. You want your hair to get more wrinkles, to get less spine, to get better, cartilage to grow back. If you go for stem cell injection, maybe you need one jab here, one jab here, one jab there. And every injection is about 40,000. 3 to 12 treatments. It's very hardly you can say one treatment you count one. Very seldom. So what if there is a way that you can get all the result that you want with only one patch at the back of the neck? At least it saves time, right? Now, so X39, if you can, you add on an additional patch. It's called Eon, the blue color, to reduce the inflammation because it will amplify the result of X39. So in the morning, you use X39. The night time, you put an Eon. I put ringgit because I forgot to change. Something of the price divided by 3.5. The Eon is another patch that was invented in 2011. It can reduce inflammation, improve sleep, and tighten the skin. What do I mean by tighten the skin? Look at the horse. You can see the wrinkles. If you never use the patch, 20 years later, your face also like this. But there is a way to stop it from happening. After putting the Eon patch only, okay, Tricia, thank you. It becomes like this. So 20 years later, your skin will also become like this. So these two patches, when they combine, they have a very marvelous synergistic effect. So if you ask me, how long should I use it? 30 years old, 3 months. 50 years old, 5 months. 70 years old, 7 months. So give yourself at least 3 months. So these are the price. Okay, you talk to your outline because I left 30 seconds only. Okay, and this was me. I was 19 years old. My father was wearing a very thin shirt in the hot sun. I'm wearing a jacket. Which one more yan tao now? Huh? I'm 31 years old this year. Amazing. Last time you always see me carry a box of tissue because I have very serious sinus. Now I don't need. And this is what I mean. No matter what age you are right now, this is always the best time to start. As when you start, this is the oldest day of your life. And remember, we have a responsibility to play. When we get better, it's just to try a new technology, and then we must bring in this knowledge that we have to our younger generations. Do you realize this? Our grandmother or our mothers, right? They know everything about the herbs, right? Well, this one take this herb, this one take this herb, this one you go under the sunlight, this one maybe because you heaty. Am I right? Those kind of wisdom, understanding about our health, right? Do you think it's already getting lost already? And if we are losing in this generation, do you think that our younger generation has anything left for their health? No. So it's our social responsibility for this generation to take care of our health, to learn about our health. And it all starts with this patch. And who knows, maybe in a foreseeable future, your grandson supposed to say, Akong, you got Panadol, come, I give you Panadol. But they can change the narrative. Maybe 20 years later, maybe 5 years later, a grandson has a pain, a grandfather has a pain, the grandson are putting a stickers. The time can come. And it is already happening. When I saw this video, actually I feel very touched, you know. The member say, Jinglong, now, last times, right, when my grandma have pains, right, my daughter has to help them to ulut. Now don't need already. My daughter say, wow, now senang a lot. Though. Only put one sticker. The time is going to come. And we talk about all the problem of the youngsters. Do you think that they are the very vulnerable one? Who is the one who take care of them? Doctors, steroid injection, UV light, but patch can help. Amazing. 3 years old. We talk about the blood cancer, right? The 4 years old. My grandson diagnosed with blood cancer. He's only 4 years old. Need to do 5 cycles of chemotherapy. How he can overcome all these side effects if without live patches? You want to see how he look right now? We are at the forefront of technology, but it also means that we carry a certain responsibility to make sure we give the right starting point for the next generation. Do you think that the starting point for the next generation is about the piano class? Is about the English classes? No. Their health is their starting point. And we have to do our job. It all starts with a light patch. We all, our children, our health is just one patch away. And thank you so much for listening. I think just the right time, right?